August 16th, 2022. Daily Bread. Passage Ephesians chapter 4, verse 17 through verse 24. Key verse 24. Title: Put on the new self. So I tell you this, and insist on it in the Lord, that you must no longer live as the Gentiles do, in the futility of their thinking. They are darkened in their understanding and separated from the life of God because of the ignorance that is in them due to the hardening of their hearts. Having lost all sensitivity, they have given themselves over to sensuality so as to indulge in every kind of impurity, and they are full of greed. That, however, is not the way of life you learned. When you heard about Christ and were taught in him in accordance with the truth that is in Jesus, you were taught, with regard to your former way of life, to put off your old self, which is being corrupted by its deceitful desires, to be made new in the attitude of your minds, and to put on the new self, created to be like God in true righteousness and holiness. Daily Bread Message. Christians must be very clear not to live as unbelievers. The battle is won in our thought world as much as in our hearts. We become darkened by the general mindset of unbelievers who follow their corrupt desires for pleasure and money. We must not be ignorant of the outcomes of this lifestyle and harden our hearts. Otherwise, we will lose all sensitivity to sin and become immoral and greedy. We must affirm our new lives in Christ and follow Jesus' teaching closely. His commands guide us into the light and truth. We can be free of our old self and its corrupt desires once and for all. Our minds need to be renewed and our attitudes changed, so that the new self in Christ may live and grow into true righteousness and holiness. We must love the image of God that we were created to be and be intentional to grow spiritually. People are afraid of change, and they think that their new self is boring and doesn't have any fun. But our new self is so wonderful, like Jesus, and others are melted by Christ's love in us. They love us more and want to be around us always. Prayer. Father, thank you for Jesus, who makes me into a new creation. Help me to live according to the truth and renounce my old self by faith. One word: put on the new self and live in accordance with the truth in Jesus.